You guys know that we were almost murdered.
By our doctor.
Don't feel like watching movies, so I'll watch people guess them instead. I don't know how it goes, I think it starts with your show.
This could get press. We could get hit up by the press because of this.
Oh, I could only hope they reach out to us about this.
We have so much to say.
Yeah, but right now it's like a hot button. Dude, I haven't even told my girlfriend this.
Really?
Is she over here?
Oh, dude, I shouted it to Grace the moment.
I haven't yet. I know.
We were
I know.
on our way back from camping, and I was driving, and the phone was plugged into the CarPlay thing, and it just was like Steve Zaragoza, Steve Zaragoza, Steve Zaragoza,
shit,
Steve
what's going
Zaragoza.
on?
And I was like, "What is it?" I was like, I'll read it when we're back, whatever.
Yeah.
And then I got back like, babe, big news.
Dude,
I was at work and there was like 15 people in the room, and I was just like, guys.
Dude, I didn't know who to tell because I was like, I didn't know who to tell. Okay, welcome to the Valleycast. What's the actor's name?
Matthew Perry.
Matthew Perry passed away, and they just recently discovered that it was because of a ketamine-induced overdose. And then he drowned in his jacuzzi or his hot tub.
Now, if you hear that, it doesn't sound as funny as we were making it out to be at the very beginning.
That's right. The funny part is coming.
Well, only funny because it's one of those
mind-blowing.
It's so dark. All we could do is laugh about it.
Right.
Yeah. Yes.
Honestly, odd coincidence that all three of us are involved in.
Somehow involved.
And there's a reason for that, which will also lead to you understanding why it happened to Matthew Perry.
And why we're laughing, because it's crazy. Life is crazy, and we have to laugh at things like this sometimes. But I was reading this just a couple of days ago. Arrests were made in the wrongful death of Matthew Perry. And these arrests were in the form of essentially drug dealers.
With PhDs or MDs.
It's doctors that are drug dealers that are like involved in a drug deal situation where they give celebrities drugs.
Not just celebrities, anybody that wants them. One of the highest ranking one was known as the ketamine queen.
Hell yeah. What a name, right?
And so I was looking at this Twitter post about it, and I was like, wow, this is crazy that they're actually going after drug dealers after this overdose. Like, why don't they do this for everybody?
And also foreshadowing. The reason Steve was able to pick this next point out is because the name is so fucking ridiculous.
Exactly. So I'm reading 3 arrests were made. This ketamine queen doctor, this other doctor, 3 doctors. There were 3 doctors,
but 5 people in total.
5 in total. 3 doctors. One of the doctors, the name was Placencia. And that instantly triggered something in my brain. I was like, that's a weird fucking... Why is that familiar? No way. So I went through my... It was like...
It couldn't be.
It couldn't be.
Yeah, because there's no world where you would have been like, Thompson.
Yeah, that's a... Richards.
I know that.
Richards. That's in here somewhere.
Joe Smith.
So anyway, I then my brain time traveled back to whatever year, 2017,
probably 2019, 2018, right around there, yeah.
All the way into 2020, for sure.
Yep.
All the way into 2020, and and my brain suddenly made the connection. Dr. Placencia, ladies and gentlemen, and this is the quote you can use on CNN. We're giving permission. Dr. Placencia.
Real cool dude.
was the doctor for the Valleyfolk.
Unofficially.
Unofficially. Like, we just, the three of us, when we got our health insurance, we all, I guess we picked, did we choose the?
It was you.
It was me? I chose this medical facility?
You were like, he's, we
it was, I had the first experience with him?
Yeah, and it was like, oh, go over here. He's super nice. It's right next to the office. Yeah. And I was like, can do. And I went and met with him. And I was like, Steve, he is the sweetest, best, so fun to talk to.
Yep. I was third. And real cool dude. Laid back to a fault. Made things way too easy.
Way too easy.
If only we'd known how easy.
Honestly, like, he gave off the vibe of someone that would give you anything you wanted. Like, he just did. I never took him up on that because we didn't know that was a possibility. Maybe we didn't look like we had the money to give him for the things he could give us, but he was so chill. The chillest doctor I've ever had.
Let it be known that this isn't some back alley shitty place we were going. He was associated with UCLA at the time.
Yeah, that's right. UCLA Medical Center.
UCLA satellite office that we would go to. Mm-hmm. And super legit. And he was just there. And, real cool dude.
But I think he was our age too, right? Either a little younger.
41. He was like 41. Yeah.
Yes, Your Honor.
And he just came in and was, dude, when I broke my pinky finger, he was the one that dressed it for me and did x-rays. Yeah.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
And
you read the article.
Did he give you any pain meds?
He probably would have said yes.
Well, I told you guys that I don't want to get him in trouble with the medical association, but
it's gonna go downhill for him after
I really don't want this to get back to him, but
I don't.
I asked for Ativan because that's like the cocktail of choice that I use when I fly anywhere or when I have like a really bad panic attack. I don't usually have to take it, but I like it as in case of emergency break glass kind of thing. I keep it in my backpack.
And usually when you get something like that, you have to jump over a hurdle or two.
You really do.
Hurdle.
Just a little. Yeah, they ask you how often do you take the because it can be a very habit forming addictive drug, and enough of it could be dangerous and all of that. And so usually when I get it, they're like, we'll give you a 0.5 milligram because any more than that is unnecessary. And they give you a low amount and it's very whatever.
You're two pills in the bottle.
Yeah, pretty much. And but I asked Dr. Placencia for Ativan because of anxiety.
And he actually opened a cabinet and the pills fell out.
He said, open your backpack. And he just
started to open your mouth.
He had a gumball machine.
Opened a cupboard and they just open your mouth. I was like, can I just get a 0.5 milligram prescription of Ativan? And he's like, oh yeah, no problem. He wrote it down. He's like, yeah, this will, just don't take too much of it and blah blah blah. Anyway, here's your prescription. I'm like, thanks, man, I really appreciate it. You got any cat? No, I'm just kidding. And then we were done. And then I went to the pharmacy and they were like 1 milligram, 200 capsules, 1 milligram Ativan. I'm like, no, 0.5. And she's like, doctor says 1 milligram. I'm like, okay. And I drove home and I was like, motherfucker hooked me up. He hooked me up. He gave me 1 milligram pills.
Returning to the news itself, there was also leaked text messages from him.
And
which he said,
I'm sorry, I'm not going to. Done laughing. Jokes are gone. Go ahead. Funny. What, do you have the quote?
I don't have the quote on me, but I remember it being something along the lines of, let's see how much we can make this moron pay.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And he was referring to Matthew Perry with his other drug dealer friend on how much they wanted to charge him for ketamine.
Yes.
Because he was a known to struggle, and they got that information and went with it. And it turns out they also was it his personal trainer? They also.
Oh, I didn't read that part. Oh, no.
Like
His
his assistant.
His assistant.
Yeah, both.
His
of them
assistant
died, right?
went to Placencia and said, "This is what we need." And then Placencia went to his guy, and then the supply came from Ketamine Queen.
Right. I thought I read that another person close to Matthew Perry
Elliot
died.
knows. That's the pipeline. Say that again.
Another person close to Matthew Perry also died.
From the same shit?
It's like his physical therapist or something. I could be
Oh,
wrong.
man.
Crazy shit.
It's so crazy. 'Cause, like,
Crazy.
It's so
It is-
crazy.
I remember the last time it was like the week he was leaving. Because I still go there. I just have a diff. Do you still go there, Steve?
No, I haven't been in a minute. I think it is my primary care doctor, though.
Yeah, it's still my primary care, and I have a new doctor, great. And but I remember when he was leaving and he was like, I'm going to online only. And he showed me the website, and it looked like someone who had never seen a website before made it, like very not good. And I was like, good. I was like, should I keep reaching out to you? And he was like, no.
No, you're not in the you're not in the
You're on the circle.
Yeah.
you're not in the circle. And also just make sure if you want to check out this site later,
Press the button that says shh.
yeah. Press the button that says not a front for drugs.
He was like, when you go to the website, it actually, if you look at your cursor, it has balloons and stars that fly off the end of it when you move it around. One of those old websites, like GeoCities.
Yeah. Like the sparkly animated GIF that's like at the bottom of the page in like an obvious little square.
Now, I think it's important for us to also point out that, like, this dude, he was a dude more than he was a doctor. Like, he did not give off doctor at all, to the point where it was like, why are you a doctor? Like,
Right.
I'm pretty sure I remember him saying he didn't even really want to be one. Like, he was just casually a doctor.
Isn't that interesting to like, because it's not easy to be a doctor, to like become a doctor. You have to like go to a lot of school and
You don't like stumble into it and go, oh shit, I wasn't thinking and I accidentally became a
just don't think oops. I don't think you get as far as he got.
Yeah.
If
So,
you're
like,
I don't really want to do this.
the vibe that he was putting off was definitely, and I'm pretty sure we all talked about it at one point, was definitely, I think we could get everything from him.
yes.
Like, that
it
was
was
the vibe.
this is not a situation of never would have seen that coming. This was a situation that we saw really from a mile away, you could say.
But that you're right. Like it would, because again, like,
And
but
good
also,
for him. He got what he wanted. He didn't want to be a doctor.
he didn't want to be a doctor.
He followed his dreams.
Dude, but there really was this is the youngest. I think he was the youngest doctor I've ever had. Is that same for you guys?
He would have been 35-ish at the time.
Wow. That's
And
crazy.
and by the way, you
Are
guys,
you allowed to be a doctor at that age?
You're like, just
right? Like,
Doctors can't be younger than me.
did this guy become a doctor through some scary means? Like maybe he didn't do the actual, like someone, Ketamine Queen helped him get a PhD or something. Like, is there a word?
MD.
Like, I can't imagine going through all the medical school and then being like, man. And then being a doctor and giving people medicine and seeing patients.
So it says 2 of the 5 have been arrested. Jasveen Sangha, 41, aka the Ketamine Queen of North Hollywood, and
North
Dr.
Hollywood.
Salvador Placencia, 42, so he would have been like 36, 37, aka Dr. P of Santa
Dr.
Monica.
P.
Dr. P.
And by the way,
we never were on that.
we
were
never
on
got
that
to come.
level with him.
No.
We didn't get to that, Your Honor.
And that's where I'm upset, Your Honor.
That's actually why we showed up unannounced, Your Honor.
Did you guys see the pictures of him? Like you saw the unannounced. Did you guys see the picture of him?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Saw him again? Okay, so I'm going to share this with people because
You're sharing the photo. Oh,
the photo. Yeah, well, it's easy. Whatever. It's big news.
Yeah,
the reason why I want to share the photo is because someone said that he looked like Dr. Nick Riviera from The Simpsons. Is that what his name? Dr. Nick.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. Yeah,
Hi,
yeah.
everybody. I'm Dr. Nick. The guy that
Yep.
was like, the guy that, by the way, who is based off of the guy that ended up basically killing Michael Jackson in almost a similar way. Doctors going beyond there.
He was based off of him?
Yeah, apparently.
Whoa,
It was from
wow.
back when something was screwy, and then finally he ended up like doing something even screwier. Simpsons predicts all sorts of shit. But it really kind of like it made me feel like it took another veil of like unawareness away from me, because like I feel like, isn't that scary that like your doctor could also be like a fucking drug dealer?
Yeah, it is scary.
Like,
I made the joke that we should get like a key to the city because it's such an LA thing, but it is like we laugh, but there is something unnerving about it.
Yeah.
that really affected me, being like, my doctor like helped kill a beloved celebrity.
May I
Oh, go ahead.
I was going to give you a little update on a story that I think is funny.
Oh, please.
On the story. This is from yesterday. The office of Dr. P was closed Friday after the physician was arrested Thursday for federal charges related to Matthew Perry's ketamine death. A sign on the office's door in Calabasas Friday said clinic closed for the weekend, but we'll be back Monday. Guess the online only thing didn't work out for him.
Yeah, guess not, huh?
How deep do these lies go?
Yeah.
He was kind but unprofessional, said a woman who was Dr. Placencia's patient. We didn't fill out forms.
Oh, no.
Oh my God. So he
No
just
paper trails. No paper trails.
no paper trails
paper
just for
trails.
regular medical customers?
He seemed tired and not as friendly. According to the patient, she'd been going to Dr. Placencia for 2 years and saw him as recently as last week. He seemed tired and not as friendly, said the patient. I'm shocked. It's terrible. We trusted him for 2 years. Yeah, it is terrible. I wish this was shocking. Unfortunately, it's a repeat of what we saw with opioids.
Yeah.
The defense is going to argue, presumably, that they were informed by Matthew Perry, his manager, or other people around him that there were people in place to make sure it was done safely. The problem is doctors have a fundamental responsibility. They can't delegate to managers.
Yeah, it's the darkness. And I don't want to overstate, because again, we're laughing because it's dark and because we're weirdly so close to it. Like, this is the worst type of 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon that we could possibly.
It really is.
Yeah.
Matthew Perry was like one of my favorite actors. I thought
Yeah.
he changed comedy on television, so his death really fucking affected me too, and especially the sad way that it happened. We are saying words like Dr. P was a really cool, chill dude. He's a fucking piece of shit.
Oh, he's a monster. Yeah. I mean, we're reiterating that we had like a very chill, unorthodox experience with this doctor. And then it turns out, like Elliot was saying, kind of not surprising
Yep.
that ultimately that this is what he did. But really, it would feel like, okay, drug dealer doctors obviously weren't trying to kill this guy. They're just trying to make a buck off of someone who is gonna get drugs anyway, and gonna get them.
The rationalization.
You know,
Yeah.
it's like, but the fact that he like was like, let's get as much out of this sucker as we can.
That's pretty dark.
That's
shit.
where it's like, okay, obviously I have no sympathy for
Sociopath level lack of
Yeah.
empathy and
Absolutely.
love for your fellow man.
Absolutely.
Super cynical bullshit. They charged him $50,000 for 50 vials. That's what the final thing that he bought.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, breaking of the Hippocratic oath.
Oh
Obviously.
yeah, everything.
Yeah, I mean the strangeness of it is, I think, where I'm landing, because it's like you're saying, Joe, Matthew Perry was like one of the reasons I'm in Los Angeles or ever decided to want to pursue anything over here, was because growing up and watching things like Friends and being told like watching Matthew Perry and being like, this is the funniest thing. I want this guy to like have like he was one of those celebrities like I tried adopting the personality of in high school when you're like going through different personalities and trying them on. And what a strange, just like full sad circle.
That's
Like
the
it's the
thing.
opposite of what you would want as a kid.
Yeah, I mean, but this was a beloved, like a very beloved artist, talented artist, and it always kind of felt like he was getting better in the zeitgeist a little bit. Like overall, it felt like, well, he's not struggling with his addictions like he used to. Like felt like this guy was getting on the right path.
Well, and
So
just like
yeah,
a number of levels that makes the story even more tragic. It's the levels of like inherent trust you put into people and the system. Like I've talked to you guys about, like, doctors are fucking people. We are raised and trained to think that they're all superheroes. They wear capes, they can do no wrong. Elliot, I know you just went through a big thing with Grace. It's like you learn very swiftly when you have to go to them a lot. They're all just humans. Some are really good at their jobs and they care. Some are really bad at their jobs and they care. Some don't give a shit about you. Some are empathetic. Some make mistakes. Some don't even want to be there.
sociopaths. Some are sociopaths. Yeah.
And it's a roll of the dice. And like Matthew Perry was, he hit multiple levels of tragic in this situation, because it was, he's being betrayed by himself, trying to like beat this stuff, which is harder than anything else on the planet. He was betrayed by his doctors; those are supposed to keep care of him, and his live-in assistant. So it's like all of these levels of trust failed him at once, which makes it all the more tragic.
And also, I'm glad you brought that up, Joe, because as a PhD candidate myself, I do get tired of people treating me like a superhero all the time and assuming inherently that I'm like better than other people,
I know
which
it's
is only
hard
true
for
some
you.
of the time. Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. It's like, to add on to what Joe is saying, like it's unfortunate that we have this kind of like this feeling of just because they're a doctor, because they're a police officer, because they're kind of professional, that they are there 100% in your best interest.
Yeah.
And that's the part that feels safe and comfortable, and it is the same with law enforcement, Joe. Like cops are just people at the end of the day, and it's like the job is meant to be protect people and help people, just like doctors, but they're people at the end of the day. And it's such a gross, sobering reminder when someone does something so beyond human and goes like into the evil zone like these cops do, and police officers, and it's just, it takes away an entire feeling of safety with these people that you put your lives into their hands. It's scary. I mean, and also like, look, let's, the whole drug dealer thing, like, it's just kind of not comparable to like maybe a crooked cop or something, unless the medical professional is doing like, directly harmful things. Not saying that being a drug dealer is not a directly harmful thing, but drugs are fucking all over the place. And by the way, Joe, the assistant, people you trust, like, going here, because I mean, let's be honest, Matthew Perry probably asked his assistant to get ketamine.
Yeah.
And look, I'm not a fucking cool hip celebrity, but I've been to parties where ketamine is as easy to get as like you want a hit of this marijuana cigarette. Like ketamine is very popular right now in LA and in New York, wherever. And so it's like, it's everywhere. And the fact that Matthew Perry was asking for it, isn't that shocking to me? It's like a casual drug at this point. Like people casually take ketamine. It's mind blowing to me. So it's like, there is the aspect of it that's like, this is happening all around us, and these guys were going to get ketamine anyway. But then it's the whole like, but your doctor can like fucking do this. Your doctor can be the harbinger of all this like disgust and scary shit. I don't know, man. It's all over. It's scary to me, Joe.
Mm-hmm.
It's scary to me, Elliot.
I hear you, man. You know what would calm you down?
I think I do, actually. I think I do. A little bit of coffee.
Yeah, it is. It's all very insane and very sad. But do you guys, what do you think it was like for him, for Dr. Placencia, on the day that news came in? Because do you think that was a little bit of like I bet that ruins your day. I bet he was like, uh-oh.
Uh-oh. He's like, this can't come back.
I bet he went like this. I bet he went.
Ugh.
He probably pulled that graphic tee that he was wearing underneath his white doctor's coat.
He's like, I got to put this bong down.
Yeah, he's a monster. He would actually, I just reading up, when it all started, he would actually go to Perry's house and do the injections himself.
No way.
Just getting him hooked, yeah.
Yeah.
Here comes cool doctor. Hey, man, I'm cool. I'm hip. I came in on a Lamborghini.
Here comes Dr. P. And what sucks is that Dr. P got to probably experience some of the last funny shit that came out of Matt's mouth.
And he didn't deserve it.
No. Fucking,
So do we need to decriminalize these things and then we'll stop having doctors get all sneaky with it, with selling it and shit? Is that the answer?
No.
I don't know. That's beyond my pay grade.
That's beyond my pay grade. Look, I'm just here to go. Isn't that interesting?
That's it. We have no further assertions, no further analysis.
No further. Isn't that notable? And the fact of all, I've never shared a doctor with my pals.
I know, neither have I. That's the other thing. Is it was a shared experience.
Yeah. We're bonded in even if there weren't already enough weird things that have bonded us in weird ways. This is just one more.
Yep.
I remember working at animal hospitals and ketamine was all over the place because you use it like in surgeries.
Uh-huh.
And it's crazy to think just like every veterinary clinic, the way those things are run is very often insane and everyone's running around. But like even there, we made sure that shit was locked up like 100% of the time. And like it came out for surgeries and it went back in and only the doctors had like the keys for it. Sometimes there were two keys like separated. So you had to have two doctors present to,
like the bomb.
Yeah, they had those like, both were.
Damn. Was ketamine like a problem? Like, because it feels like such a newer thing too, but it has always been in the veterinary, like it's always been for horses.
Yeah, it's like surgery. It's like a tranquilizer for I believe it puts them to sleep. It's like the same way with humans where they use it recreationally to kind of give a like you're gonna go.
Yeah.
Not that I've done it, I haven't, but I've heard things.
Not that I've.
I just well, obviously, like you want to know what happened, like. This seems like it's going to be a bigger thing, too. It seems like it's going to be ongoing, like more arrests are happening.
You wonder, too, is this the only client? You know, like...
Dude, someone said that. It was kind of grim, but they're like, I bet all these celebrities are like, fuck, we lost our, like, really good hookup.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man, I doubt just celebrities. They're probably taking money from whoever. Ketamine is produced commercially in a number of countries, including the United States. Most of the ketamine illegally distributed in the United States is diverted or stolen from legitimate sources, particularly veterinary clinics.
There you go.
Or smuggled into the United States from Mexico. Distribution of ketamine typically occurs among friends and acquaintances, most often at raves, nightclubs, and at private parties. Street sales of ketamine are rare. There you go.
Thank you for that info, Joe.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah, what a piece of garbage.
Piece of garbage, yes. So obviously, yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Like, this guy's a piece of garbage. That thing he said about Matthew Perry was like one of the most disgusting things I've read in a minute.
Again, from somebody that is inherently trusted just because of the fact that they are called a doctor.
Yeah, I mean, in the patient saying he seemed tired, the doctor seeming tired and not as friendly. Yeah, he was waiting for the hammer to, like,
probably.
He's going to work every day going, I could be arrested any second.
Damn, dude. There's going to be a movie about this.
Yeah. Oh, who's going to play us? What if it's just from our perspective, a ragtag group of finally get health insurance?
Well, you know that Steve will be. It's that young man from What We Do in the Shadows. What's his name?
Oh yeah, Harvey Guillen or whatever.
Yeah.
JD Vance will play Elliot.
Yeah, good. His first role, his debut.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And then I will actually be played by it's a very challenging role, but she pulls it off great. Tilda Swinton. She's just so good.
She's such a chameleon.
She does. She's like the ultimate Joe Beretta type for sure.
Yeah, she just changes. She just transforms right
Even
in
if
front of
she's
your
not,
eyes.
she'll find a way to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She'll do it.
I love Tilda Swinton a lot, actually. To switch gears a little bit, you guys like Tilda Swinton? You just like, she's cool.
Yeah, she's great.
Nothing against her.
I just love that she just will like take these really bizarre roles and then like do these like incredible like auteur indie kind of like, whoa, that was incredible. But then she'll be like the voice of the octopus on The Boys. You know? You guys watch The Boys?
Yeah. I never realized that was Tilda Swinton.
It's Tilda fucking Swinton, dude. And it's like, dude, she seems so cool. She's just, you want to be the voice of this octopus? Yeah, sure, why not? You want to come do a Marvel? Yeah, I'll come do a Marvel.
I think Tilda Swinton comes to my front of my mind every single time is Constantine.
Oh, dude, what a fucking, that might have been the first time that I had ever seen her.
So good, Nick. So good.
She plays the angel Gabriel, which is like such a badass, cool casting choice.
Yep.
Another fun part of this, not to harp on it too long, but Grace and I went camping for the first time this week.
Ever?
Together.
Yeah.
And did like the whole tent thing. It was super fun. And we were in an area of Sequoia National Forest where we didn't have any kind of signal. So we were totally cut off from
bliss.
Yeah, it was wonderful. And
Was it
really did
scary?
have like a really wonderful effect. Just like that sense of not even trying not to look at the phone, but just like the moment it's not, you don't have service at all. It's so easy to just be like, oh yeah, this isn't even in my mind. But anyway, we're coming back. We're like, it's so nice, you got to unplug and get away from Los Angeles, and things in Los Angeles can just get kind of crazy. And then, the second we walk in, it's like, our doctor killed a guy.
It sounds like you had no connection. You're driving on the freeway. You're trying to get home, and then suddenly connection, and then Steve. Guys.
It was really, really
you
great.
literally wrote capitalized "whoa," I think 3 times. Maybe
I said
4.
guys 3 times. I said guys. Oh my god! I'm still affected by it. It's bonkers.
It is beyond. It is weird. It's very strange. Yeah.
Yeah, that might be our most Hollywood thing.
I know.
Yeah.
That's our most
and we
connected
want a television show.
Yeah. That wasn't shit compared to this.
That's
This
like
is
number
Hollywood,
3 on the list of things.
Yeah, this is the craziest. And we beat Matt Rife.
We did beat Matt Rife. Yeah, we did. And whoever that guy was that went to SNL and is on SNL now.
Right.
Is that Matt Rife?
No.
Mm-mm.
I don't know who you're talking about.
That
It's
handsome
the tall,
guy.
skinny kid.
That handsome guy.
Michael. Yeah, he's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We beat him. We were funnier than him, according to America.
According to our audience that voted more.
No, America!
No, America.
Potato.
I saw the new Alien movie, guys.
Oh,
Switching gears.
Looks so cool. Looks so cool.
Do you guys plan on seeing it, Elliot? Are you indifferent?
I asked Grace yesterday, like, do you want to go see this? And she was like, not in a million years. And I was like, it would be fun. We've never done a horror movie. And I was like, I'm just wasting my breath. I'm never.
What if you went on to a showing like an early matinee and just to the very back of the theater, and you gave her a blanket to huddle into, and
there's
just no interest in there.
No,
I get
see
it.
it with somebody else.
It's intense, dude. It's a very intense movie. And I don't recommend it for a lot of people who maybe aren't into the horror genre, really.
Yeah.
It's intense. But the acting
scared the crap out of me.
incredible. I would say maybe the best acting in an alien movie in a minute.
Well, we did talk about Bill Paxton was an alien. So, I was looking at somebody that ranked the alien movies since, and this is including AVPs and stuff like that. So it's like the AVPs are at the bottom, and then he keeps going up, and eventually he gets into like the main canon, and it's like Covenant, and then Prometheus, and then Resurrection, and at the top 3 now for this website was Aliens, Alien, and then this one. Ronnie.
I think that's probably my order too, maybe.
Cool.
Like I do love Alien 3 and Resurrection, even though they're like such a departure from the other ones, and Resurrection is such a weird French, like so bizarrely French. Like you're like, this is so French. But I love it. I love all of them. I mean, obviously Alien and Aliens are the fucking gold standard. So this movie like came out of nowhere and was like very comparable to those. It's compelling. It's edge of your seat. The visual effects are incredible. Although there is one visual effect in particular that occurs early in the movie that they keep coming back to that I was very disappointed by and could not believe what I was seeing, actually. I don't want to say anymore, so just see it and we'll talk about it when we can. But
I recommend or listen to your recommendation, Steve, and Grace and I are making our way through Time Bandits and really enjoying it.
Dude, isn't Lisa Kudrow just... I
love her.
It's like she never stopped.
Yep.
We need more.
She's perfect.
She's perfect.
I made her laugh once.
Really?
Yeah, I heard her laugh. It was like a short series she was doing, and I heard her laugh from Video Village.
Damn.
It was really cool. It was like the proudest moment of my life.
That's a good feeling, dude.
That's cute. Yeah,
she was on a television show with them.
She feels like she feels like a hug when you watch her.
Yep.
There's something very comforting about her for sure. I always felt like I didn't appreciate her as much when she was like in her prime, like when Friends was like a big deal. And I was like, she's fine. She's good at playing like the like I'm stupid, but I'm cute and you love me no matter what, like character archetype. But then I realized as I got older that nobody else did it like her. Like there are stupid characters that are the archetype of like stupid, cute, like protagonist, but she just like didn't copy anybody. She was like doing her own thing. And even though she's still kind of doing it, it's her thing. And she's like, and she can do it really well. So why deviate from that? So in Time Bandits, it's like, you're just getting more Lisa Kudrow. If you just wanted more Lisa Kudrow, then watch fucking Time Bandits.
Yeah. And my dream, this show's great, but my dream has always been that they reboot Veep, but make it Lisa Kudrow and make it a conservative administration.
Elliot.
Great itch.
That is brilliant.
That's my dream.
Just fucking write it out, dude. You got people you can hand that off to.
You can have Chat GPT write it out.
Lisa Kudrow-esque character.
Actually, do it right now, Elliot. Write me an opening monologue.
Yeah, write me the opening.
Conservative version of Veep.
Starring Lisa Kudrow.
Starring Lisa Kudrow as the president, and she's doing an address to the nation. Make it no more than 6 sentences.
Dude, please, put this together really quickly while we do this ad. Guys, no, I'm just kidding. Joe, when do you plan on seeing Alien? Do you plan on seeing it soon?
I'll have to sneak away at some point, but
okay.
Yeah. You know what I've been watching and I love, and I'm glad that it's back on, and I don't know if you guys watch it, but I highly recommend Solar Opposites. Do you guys watch it?
I watched it pretty consistently up until the controversy, and then I have not been back. You've been back?
You have not seen how they flawlessly replaced him.
No, but I can imagine it's similar to... Didn't they do another voice replacement sometime between the seasons? Before this?
I don't even want to spoil it. This is not like Rick and Morty level voice replacement. This is different.
Yeah? Okay.
And the show's just great. I love it. It's so fun.
Yeah, I liked it a lot. Like, I was like, oh, this is like... this feels like a sitcom. In a good way, and I love the characters, and then I love that whole people in the wall thing that the kids had going on.
I've never seen a show do this before. Most scripts have like A story, B story, C story, in these like small half an hour comedies or whatever. They do their main timeline A, B stories throughout the whole series, but then there are 2 other series
in the show.
There's a Game of Thrones-esque like tiny people in the wall thing that they go back to every once in a while, every other episode. And in this new season, now there's a sci-fi space adventure that they're going to every once in a while.
No
That's the
way.
story. There's still the people in the wall story that
Oh,
they're
I
going.
love it.
That's the B story. And then there's the mini ABC story of the main characters of the show.
I love
never
it.
seen a show do this before. It's crazy.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. There's a lot of stuff in there I've never seen an animated like sci-fi thing do. I love it. I love the people in the wall stuff because they'll just like, Elia, you've never seen any Solar Opposites before?
No, I've never even heard that term before.
So it's just like alien. It's Rick and Morty, but with aliens, and it's like a sitcom.
Cool.
And it's very well done and very well written. And there's this like whole side story where like the alien kids are like zapping people with a shrink ray just randomly, and then they'll take them and put them in this like
Ant farm.
terrarium. Yeah, it's like an ant farm for humans. And there's like it'll sometimes cut to the stories happening in there, but sometimes they'll just do like whole episodes that where you never even see the main characters, and instead you're in the wall the whole time.
And it's a genre switch too.
It is
So
a
it's
genre
like, you got crazy comedy like sitcom alien sci-fi shit in the main show, but if they go to the wall, like I said, it's like a Game of Thrones dramatic opera.
It's really well done too, because it's like all of these people are all kind of like, well, we're all shrunk and this is our lives now. We're in this like fucking wall, the wall of these alien kids' bedroom. And it's really like well written. They're like trying to survive. And
I put Solar Opposites, like I think there's a lot of shows now that have reached the echelon of Simpsons, right? We've got Simpsons, we've got South Park, we've got Futurama, Bob's Burgers.
You can
Like, I
throw
think they're-
Family Guy in there.
Family Guy, they're all up here now. We have a lot of them. I think Solar Opposites is up there with them. Rick and Morty's up there too.
You know what's interesting too is like, you know, Futurama was maybe my favorite sci-fi comedy in a really long time, and it's just like so brilliant and well written and smart and funny and you go through all the emotions in that show. That Jurassic Park episode is like one of the most gut-wrenching dramatic cartoons you've ever seen in your life. For me it goes Grave of the Fireflies, Jurassic Park. Like Joe knows what's up.
Schindler's List, a close third.
Yeah, the Schindler's List of animated movies. But yeah, Solar Opposites?
Polar.
Solar Opposites. Like the quality, like Futurama's quality went down. Like, and as they struggled to be picked up by other networks and stuff, I don't think they ever found their magic again. And it's just like, well, these are just familiar characters doing things. I guess I'll watch it. I haven't felt the excitement and the creativity in a sci-fi cartoon from Futurama since, like, you know, Solar Opposites kind of picked up the mantle, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's good stuff. Have you guys ever watched or heard of Gravity Falls?
I heard of it, and I know it's beloved.
So Gravity Falls was a Disney show in the mid 2000s. Disney did this run of like they were kind of trying to do what Adult Swim and Cartoon Network were doing. They were doing very kind of like out there, super creative Steven Universe, Adventure Time type shows.
Yeah.
And Gravity Falls was one of them. And I suggest you both pick it up. It's 2 seasons, and it's about 2 kids that go to a mystery shack in Oregon. They're from the East Coast, and they go live with their uncle in a mystery shack in the woods, and crazy stuff happens. Right now, so it's like, I don't know how many years old it is, maybe 10. They have released a book about the main bad guy in the show. They just released it, and there's this massive, almost like I would call it online world escape room puzzle thing that has been launched secretly through the book. People are going online. There's a subreddit of them trying to figure out the clues on Hulu or Disney Plus. Names of the episodes are starting to like change and like turn into weird ciphers.
Whoa.
But nobody knows what it's leading to. And there's websites you can go in. Yeah, dude, there's a big like investigation that's happening.
No way. That sounds so fun. Is it so? But Gravity Falls like ended, right?
So I don't know if they're leading to like a announcement of a season eventually or whatever, but it's really, really cool. And I've never really seen a show do something like this. And I don't know where it's going.
I'm in. That sounds great. I also, you mentioned Steven Universe. I never saw that either, and heard that it's also like incredible.
Yeah, next level stuff. Like Gen Z kids were shaped by that show.
Like it's kind of like a Scott Pilgrim for kids kind of situation, or would you say?
Very like inclusive leaning, a cartoon that kind of was touching on subject matter that many weren't at the time, but is now kind of universal and ubiquitous.
Is that something we could enjoy as adults, or is that more of a kid's thing?
You can just say woke shit.
You can say woke shit, yeah.
I mean, Steven Universe is an anagram for woke shit.
That's crazy. Isn't that crazy?
All right, Elliot, where are you at with ChatGPT over there? You got something?
Good evening, my fellow Americans. So here we are again, me talking, you hopefully listening. And I've been thinking a lot lately about this thing called unity. It's kind of a big deal, right? I mean, who knew that getting millions of people to agree on anything could be so challenging? It's like trying to get my family to agree on where to go for dinner. And let me tell you, that never ends well. Usually involves a lot of breadsticks and unresolved tension. But seriously, we live in this amazing country where we're all different, which is great. It's like a giant salad bar, and I'm really into that. Except, without the olives, because let's be honest, olives are just gross. Anyway, the point is we've got all these different ingredients, and somehow we're supposed to make a delicious salad without dumping ranch dressing all over it and calling it a day. You want me to keep going? It's hard.
Is there more? How much more is
that? It was pretty good.
That's about halfway through.
Can you do it like Lisa Kudrow, or is that hard? That's too hard.
I feel like that's like sacrilegious or something, but
no, maybe you're right.
Anyway.
It's almost like doing another culture.
Right.
It's just not. You can't do it.
I get that we don't always agree. Heck, I mean, I don't even agree with myself half the time, but that's okay, because what makes us strong isn't that we're all the same, but that we can come together and be like, hey, I totally disagree with you, but let's still be friends, or at least civil acquaintances who share a deep love for pizza. That is the first time pizza got mentioned in the whole
a lot of food in there for some reason. A lot of food.
And here's the thing. We have got big stuff to tackle, like really big. So maybe, just maybe, we can put aside our differences, roll up our sleeves, and focus on what we all want, a better, happier, less chaotic world. And hey, if we can laugh at ourselves along the way, even better. Because let's face it, if we're not laughing, we're probably crying. And no one wants that. Trust me, I've tried both, and laughter wins every time. So let's keep working, keep talking, and definitely keep laughing. We've got this, America. Thanks and good night. And remember, no olives.
Who are the olives in this metaphor?
Yeah, that's got to be something.
Ketamine.
Dude, I want to see that show.
Olives are the immigrants, you guys. Come on.
Elliot, have you seen
that?
Oh,
go ahead. No, please. No.
No. No. Go ahead. No. Elliot, you've seen Death of Stalin?
Yeah, great movie.
Great movie. Okay. Joe, you've seen Death of Stalin?
Stuff.
Great movie. Okay.
Okay, well, thank you for listening.
Thank you for listening. Oh, can I leave you guys with one thing? Brett Register, name drop.
Know him.
Hit me and Matt Robb up last week and was like, I'm already going. I bought a ticket. But if you guys would like to join me, I'm seeing a movie called Stree 2. And if you guys want to join me, I'll fill you in on Stree 1. And technically, another movie that makes this Stree 2 is actually more like Stree 3. He's like, but I'll catch you guys up if you want to come with me. And it's a Bollywood movie that I can only describe as Disney Channel level humor with Twilight / Stranger Things style supernatural stuff. So think of like a Bollywood movie with music, but also like monsters and like scary. It's almost like a universal
Bollywood level execution, like just over the top.
Yeah, over the top and like musical moments and like weird visual effects and stuff. And I recommend it. It's fun. Maybe watch the other Stree movies, especially if you like the Twilight movies. or Stranger Things or whatever. It's very kind of similar, but with Disney, literally Disney Channel humor. Like imagine like a modern Disney Channel show. Like the jokes you hear on that show are the jokes you hear in this movie.
Okay.
Like really cheesy, like family friendly stuff. When they mention sex, they say it's called friendship. They're like, oh, you're going to go do friendship with this person? And they're like, oh, I don't know. We might have to get married first. And it's like, whoa, interesting. So it's a whole other big kind of culture shock, but it was really, really fun and entertaining. But the interesting part more than anything is the first 10 minutes of the movie were the loudest I have ever experienced in my life. The volume, it's like if there's like a big volume knob at the movie theater and it's like usually in the middle for like anything, think big action movies, animated, whatever. If it's in the middle for every movie you see, for this one, it was cranked beyond, the knob was broken off. Dude, I'm telling you, an incomprehensible loudness. And a loudness not thought possible in a movie theater. And I was like, these speakers are going to rip off of the wall and fall onto us. Like, I was like, I need to shove fucking tissues into my ears. I could not believe it.
This is supposed to happen?
I don't know. So Brett saw the other ones in the theater and said, oh, I forgot to mention to you guys that it's really loud. And he was like, I was going to mention it to you on the walk over, that it's really, these movies are very loud. And, but I just like, dude, we were like, we could not believe it.
They could tone it down.
What's that?
They could tone it down.
They could, but I was like, maybe, because I don't know how to, I'm trying to say, I want, the next thing I'm going to say, I don't want it to sound like, I don't want it to be misinterpreted. But what I'm trying to say is that maybe there's like a cultural aspect to Bollywood movies being very loud so that you could like, it's just like you're getting into it. You're dancing to the music. Maybe you're, because Brett said sometimes people dance in the aisles to these things.
Yeah. No. Yeah, Steve's canceled. He said it.
Uh-oh. Yeah, two separate calls.
I couldn't believe he said it.
Baliun. Yeah.
Yeah, he also confused Bollywood and
fine, hold on. Yeah. And how do you spell, how do I spell it? I think it's PLA S plus ENCIA.
No.
Oh, we're your one free phone call? We are?
That's crazy. You tell James Charles I'll be over in 10 minutes.
Anyway, but someone like, I was like, I either I have to get up and go tell someone that this is too loud, or I'm just going to go get tissues and put them in my ears, because maybe this is how they want, maybe this is what they want. They want the movie this loud. And, I really felt like a stranger in a strange land in a way in that theater, because the theater was, it was surprisingly filled with people. Like I'd never even heard of this fucking movie. And finally someone gets up and goes, and then we notice like 10 minutes later the volume is like regular movie theater volume. But dude, it was like, just imagine the funniest possible loudness. That's what it was.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Sounds like it did what it was supposed to do.
It set the tone for the whole rest of the experience, I guess. Anyway.
Okay.
Well,
all right. Well,
beware what movies you're going into and what the volume is. Beware if you ever, folks, come across a doctor that just seems almost too laid back,
uncharacteristically chill.
Yeah, they might be terrible, and wish everyone the best and that justice is served. And also, we're going to be working on this Veep script, so let us know. It will be primarily written by ChatGPT.
Yes.
Just because there's no reason to.
We're going to hone in on this olive metaphor, though, just a little bit.
Right.
And we're working on the title. I'm tossing around peeve.
Okay.
I went to high school with a guy named Peeve.
Hey, Peeve! Peevy!
Peeve.
Here comes Peevy. All right. Well, guys, please be careful out there. We love you. Thank you for listening and watching. And shout out to Kevin Plackey for editing. And we love him and we miss him today. And maybe you'll see him next time. I don't know. I'm not his dad.
Amen.
Bye.